Next on the agenda we have one Epson L1300 this time, and the difference between 1800 and 1300 is that it has only 5 channels. It's ahead with the 5 channels, and I'm not sure still what's wrong with this one, because the owner didn't really told us. He said he just had some prints that he didn't like. I'm guessing that because there might be air in the system over here, because I can see when I lift the top cover up that there's some air over here already in the damper. So definitely the dampers are not fully filled, so maybe that's the problem. I don't think there's gonna be much to do with this printer because it looks pretty clean, and it's not new, but it looks pretty clean. So let's just see what's gonna happen when we try to print something out, because maybe the head's gonna need manual clean or something. I'm guessing that, okay, maybe we need to close the cover, which is not really, I don't really like when I can't see what's going on. Okay, so it would seem that we have pretty interrupted prints over here on the black, and other three are pretty good, because this is a very fast print. It's put on the fast speed, not on the fine, and the ink is pretty good over here. So maybe oh yeah, it's set to the transport. The valve is close to the transport position, so we're gonna have to open that up, because otherwise it's gonna cause vacuum over here. Okay, so this cover has a broken tooth over here. Okay, doesn't matter right now. Let's just try to turn on one head clean, and we're gonna see if there's gonna be any difference, but I'm guessing we're gonna have to pull out the air out of the system of the, at least for the black channel. If that's not gonna cut it, we're gonna have to try to manually clean the black channel. While we at it, we might clean the other 3 as well with the syringe. But let's just see what's gonna happen when we turn on one automatic head clean. So maybe that's gonna help us a bit. If it does, we don't have to do a manual clean. But nevertheless, I'm thinking we should pull out the air, because the head is gonna be working better, and all of the nozzles would be filled, because now only probably the half is firing on the black channel. So one more thing that we could learn from this right now is to see if this model also has a 2-minute wait after head clean. So if it does, it's then similar to the, if not the same, with L1300. But as you can see, you don't have to wait. Here the LED is already stable, so that means that the printer is ready to print right away after the clean. So that's a bit different than on a L1300. So let's just try to print something out with the same settings, plain paper standard, if there's gonna be any difference in the print. Okay, that's not what we want, but yeah, we have to try again. Alright, so we do have to close the main cover. So this option here can be bypassed, because it's always best if you have a insight here on what's going on with the paper, because it might get bent or something like that, or stuck. So this is the best way to do the print. So we might bypass this sensor for the closing of this cover over here. And as you can see, already one head clean is already done some improvements, or 100% improvement. So the nozzles that are not firing the first time are firing now. But as you can see, we had first time we had the cyan, and now we don't have it. That's probably because the cyan damper is either with not much ink inside, or not at all. It's could be completely dry, because we only had a few lines of cyan over here. So at least what we have to do is to pull out the air out of all of the dampers. So that's what we gonna do next, and see what the prints look like after that. So to get the head out in the, like, this would be like cartridge replacement position, but we cannot really call the head over here to this position, which is not end right, but a little bit more to the left. If we had 1400, we can call the head over here to this position where we need it, but we cannot really do that over here, because these printers with the dampers are only, you don't replace anything over here, you only pour in the ink over here, and this stays as it is. So you don't have that option, but you can do something else. You can turn it on again, and when the head goes left, when the printer initializes, you can pull out the power cable and get the head somewhere over here where you can push it with the hand. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so I have to turn it off first, then I'm gonna catch it when the head goes somewhere left, when it exits this bay. Alright, so now you can see that the motor over here is not having any magnetic fields inside, so now you can push the head freely with the hand. Alright, so we need to remove this cover that is holding the dampers inside. And yeah, to get to the dampers, we're gonna have to remove this plastic over here. And what is a bit different over here, and it's a pretty cool thing, that this tubes over here are much wider than on the ordinary 1400 or 1800. And it would be pretty cool if these tubes were on the 1800 for TTF printing, because a lot of times the ink clogs inside the tubes even before it reaches the head itself. So in future we might just try to do that. We're gonna, if we have one, I don't know, L1300 from which we can take these tubes, in the future we might do an experiment to make an improvement on L1800 to have a wider tubes over here in order to prevent clogging. So there is some black in the first channel, or first damper, let's say, but it's kind of like 1/3 of what it should be. So yeah, we're gonna try to pull that out. So you need to hold it up. Yeah, that's pretty decent amount of air inside. All right, so that one is okay. Let's go to the next one, which is also black. Yeah, not much in this one either. Maybe even less than the first one. All right, that's gonna be good. Put it back. Okay. Let's see what's the state of the other three. It's kind of tricky to get it out because you have to push the hook. All right, so like 10% maybe. This is not good, but funny thing is that this empty ones are printing better than the blacks that have some ink actually inside them. Okay, there's some more air inside. I'm gonna try to get it all out. All right, so that's good. Got a few drops on the damper over here, so I'm gonna clean that up a bit. All right, next one. Okay, so this one is basically completely dry. That's why we don't have any. We didn't had any in the second print. We didn't have any print of cyan at all. So yeah, that's the reason why. The owner probably don't even know that it's not aware that he has to do this thing from time to time, so we're gonna have to fill him in with this. but that's the origin of problems that he had in the print, which is actually not really a problem, but you have to know how to do the maintenance on these printers, which are usually not really that hard to do, but when you buy the printer, of course the seller doesn't know what to tell you. He only sells you the printer, so now you have to deal with it by yourself. But that's why it's a good thing that you have YouTube and videos like this, so you can check out what you have to do to get your printer working the way it's supposed to. So as you can see, this one is also like, I don't know, 20% full, which is not good. So probably the head is fully functional. We don't even have to check it. We're just gonna turn the at least one head clean. So now the ink that is in the filled system is gonna go. I'm having a bit trouble with this. So yeah, you probably have to hook up this right part first, then go to the left and pull it backwards like this. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, there's gonna be probably some air now in the head. That's why it isn't printing the way it's supposed to be. So we have to turn at least one head clean to get all the nozzles filled. So yeah, I'm putting all this stuff back on. Okay, and something is dripping over here. All right. So now we can leave the head anywhere here in the middle, because when the printer turns on, the sensor on the head will read the encoder slip over here behind the head and position the head to the ready position automatically, so you don't have to worry what's gonna happen if the head remains in the middle. Okay, so when it's finished with the initialization, we're gonna turn on one head clean, and just one. I'm gonna turn just one just to see if that's gonna make any difference in the print, which I think it should be doing. But let's just see. Okay, so it turned on automatically, automatic head clean, so I'm guessing we should be good after this one. If not, then we're gonna turn one more, but this is ordinary dye ink for the paper, nothing with too high density. pretty light, so should be good after only one head clean, but if needed, we're gonna turn one more. I'm guessing that this filling of the dampers was automatic, because automatic damper fill starts when you turn on the printer first time, but it's not always gonna fill the dampers the way all the way to the top, or sometimes it will only fill like 1/3 or even less, so you do have to check it manually and visually see how well the filling went. But yeah, you also have to know how to do it, which is not really written in the instructions. But yeah, that's why you have YouTube help. Okay, so the good thing is that you don't have to wait 2 minutes after the head clean is done. Let's see what's gonna happen. So I've turned on pretty fast printing option, and I do have to close the cover. So yeah, you can see the black is okay, and we're gonna need definitely one more head clean, because we have some lines in the yellow and in the cyan. But yeah, so you can turn the head clean over here if you push the ink button and keep holding it until the printer starts doing something, then you release it. That is the easier way, or you can turn it on in the damper, doesn't matter, it's all the same. So yeah, this isn't really a repair, it's more like maintenance, because nothing is wrong with the printer. The owner just didn't know how to do this properly. But yeah, as I've said, we're gonna fill him in on this one, so in the future stuff like this won't happen. So I can see that this head clean seems to be a bit more different, because the pump is rolling longer than when the automatic one is turned on. So I'm guessing that this clean is somewhat more powerful than the other one. But let's just see, we're pretty close to have a proper print. So yeah, we might bypass this and even do a separate video because it does. Oh yeah, and we're much better off now than in this situation over here, but still a few nozzles are still not firing, so I'm guessing one more head clean will do the trick. Or should I say they are firing, but they are still empty, so one more head clean will fill these lines as well. So yeah, that's what he had to do with this printer, so that's gonna be all for this one.